You know, that song came on and it just took me back. It took me back to a place, you know, I don't know where you were or what you were doing when that song was out. I have something I want to talk about, an email that I received, but first I need to give a shout out to you, Javi. You are going to go through some rough times, my friend, and I've been corresponding with you now for, you know, I don't know, just a few weeks, but getting kicked out for speaking up the truth, having your parents disown you, it really happens. It really happens. And Javi, there's a lot of people, there's thousands of us that are watching this video, and not just people that watch videos, but there's thousands of us that are former Jehovah's Witnesses that want to help you, that are sending you thoughts, prayers, good vibrations. Hang in there, my young man. You're going to get through it, and hopefully we can tell more of your story in the future. Like I said, I got an email, and I received this email from a friend of mine who still attends Kingdom Hall in my old congregation, and they gave me an FYI about a man that I was friends with. He was an elder for a little while, and then he stepped down, got deleted, you know, I don't know, I'm not privy to that. And so my friend messaged and said he's not doing good, he got in trouble or something, that's the rumor. He's swirling down the JW drain, so to speak. He might get DFed. He's in a dark place. He hasn't been to meetings for a couple of months, whatever. And so I thought about it. I thought, you know what? I'm just going to call him. I'm just going to reach out to him. And what's the worst thing that can happen? But despite that attitude, which I think is a healthy one, right? Just trying to protect myself, but yet I want to help this guy. Despite that, as soon as I made the call, my heart just started pounding. Ba-doom, 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 ba-doom. And I still am trying to figure out why that is. Why is it that I get so nervous and so wound up just making a phone call to someone that I've known for a few years? Been over to their home for dinner and such. Whenever I get the courage up or the gumption up to talk to a J-dub that knows I'm DF'd, I get this tightness, you know, I get this anxiety. I don't play by their rules. I don't acknowledge their silly little statuses anymore, but yet it still affects me. I don't know. I mean, I've been out for a few years now. Maybe I need a few more years under my belt. You know, maybe that's all it is. So anyways, it was very spur of the moment, very spontaneous. I didn't think ahead what I was going to say. I just called him up, and he answered, hello. And I just said, hello, so-and-so. This is Eric. I hope that I am not offending you by making this phone call. He said, no, you're not offending me. He goes, however, I do feel a little uncomfortable. So he was being honest, right? That's the first thing out of his mouth, pretty much. He said, you're not offending me, but yes, I'm a little uncomfortable. And I said, well, a friend of mine told me that you might need some cheering up. And I'm calling you in case you had any questions, in case you wanted to talk to someone. I have learned a number of things in the last couple of years, and my goal is not to convert. It is not to strip away your faith. But if you need a friend, I still consider you a friend of mine. And I stopped at that point. You know, I stayed calm, but I could tell internally, I was a little nervous. I don't know how he's going to react. And then he just says, well, thank you. And then there's just silence. And the call basically ended at that point. But you know what? I don't think he's hit rock bottom. You know, they say that about someone that is an addict, right? Or has an addictive, habit, that they have to hit rock bottom before they'll want to get help. I don't know if that applies to people that are indoctrinated into the cult of Watchtower, or any cult for that matter. But maybe it does, because some people, they really have to get their face knocked in the dirt, metaphorically speaking, by an elder or by the gossip mill, and then all of a sudden they start going, hey, wait a minute, something's not right here. This is the most loving group of people in the world. This is a spiritual paradise. And then they start to think, you know what, it can't get any lower. Maybe I should, get away. Maybe I should educate myself. Fill in the blank. So perhaps he hasn't hit rock bottom yet. I don't know. What I said was sincere. What I said was true. I meant it. I'm pretty sure he knew I meant it. I didn't call to, talk about the weather. Yeah, I guess maybe I should have said more. Maybe I could have said more, but, it's out there. It's out there. I'm so used to getting no response when I text or email these J-dubs. I've done that a bunch of times. And you know what? Maybe something will come of it at some later date and I'll be floored. But I just felt like, I've noticed when I do talk to Jehovah's Witnesses that know me, it's a face-to-face situation now. It's not so easy to just gossip about me and make up apostate stories about me being, this, that, and the other when I'm not around. When I'm standing right there, or even just when I'm calling somebody and I'm talking to them in a respectful way, all of a sudden I'm a real person. I'm not marginalized anymore. And I think that might be the key. And I guess to finish this video, because I don't really have a whole lot more to say, the story is short at this point. To sum it up, I wonder if every single one of us watching this video, every one of us that is an ex-Jehovah's Witness and is waking up to TAT, waking up to the truth about the truth, if every one of us reached out to some weak, inactive, DFed JW in our area, or that we used to know, used to be in our hall, whatever, I wonder how many people would listen. I wonder how many of those witnesses would say, wow, nobody in the congregation gives a, crap about me, but here, this mentally diseased person, they care, and they called me. I do know this. I think it would make every one of us feel good, feel better that we tried to do something rather than not try to do something. I think it would make us feel better because I feel good that I tried. And he knows that I care about him. And, how that's going to help him or not help him, I don't know. I can hope. We can hope. So, if we all try to do something, if we all speak up and say something, that's powerful. We have a lot of power. I think some of it's latent. Some of it gets canceled out by the noise of the TV and the advertisements and pop-up ads and everything else in society the way that society is today. You have to shout to be heard over the din of commerce and advertisements and everything else, and our kids tugging on our sleeves, our skirts. But this is important. I really feel that it is, and I hope that you appreciate that. And give me feedback. Let me know if you're able to do that, if you're able to reach out and talk to somebody, a disfellowshipped person, a weak person that doesn't know tat. Let me know how your conversation goes. Maybe we can share. Maybe we can make a collection of those. Take care. Be good to yourself and each other.
The order is rapidly fading, for the times they are a-changing.